Welcome back. Today on Dialed In DIY, we're going to walk through how to take your old electrical outlets and give them a facelift. And by facelift, I mean basically doubling the ports and giving them a whole new purpose. Are you like me? You're just kind of sick of having these wall warts sticking out of your electrical outlets just so you can charge a phone or other device, and yet still want to be able to plug a regular appliance into the outlet? Well, for me, a quick trip to Costco, picking up a 2-pack of this new electrical outlet with the USB plugs was just the thing I needed. This is a really easy upgrade to do, and you don't need to have a lot of electrical or technical expertise to do it. The one thing you do need to know how to do is turn off the power to your plugs before you start taking them apart. And here's the easy plug and play part. Whether you've got one or two sets of wires for each of the positive and negative, all you have to do is find the holes on the bottom of the new outlet marked white or hot and start plugging them in accordingly. The holes in the bottom of the plug are actually designed so that you can just push the wire straight into them, and then the screw on the side can be tightened down and it will prevent the wires from coming back out. The ground wire is the only one on this that we're actually still going to wrap around the screw and then tighten it back down. The ground wire is usually pretty easy to identify because it does not have a coating over the copper core. As with many projects, once I have everything connected, I often like to test it out before I put everything back together. So in this case, it requires turning the power back on and then checking out the outlets. If you do it this way, you need to be very careful not to touch the sides of the outlet before it's put back in, because you could get a nasty little shock. The faceplate for this particular type of a unit actually has a nice little feature in the fact that there are two parts. You put the first part down, which connects over the top of the outlet, and then there's a piece that clicks back on over the top of that, which hides all of the screws. It provides for a very clean look, and all you have to do is get a screwdriver back underneath it to pop it back off by pushing into the tabs, which will allow you to take it apart again if you need to. There, that's all there is to it. We've now taken a standard power outlet and brought it into the modern era. You can still plug in your blenders, toasters, or whatever else you'd want to plug into it, but at the same time, you can plug in a smartwatch, your smartphone, or any other USB-enabled charging device. Hey, thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to roll into Dialed In DIY and checking out my video. If it left you feeling charged, inspired, or maybe even just mildly amused, I'd love it if you'd let me know by clicking that thumbs up. I'd also really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you get notifications for future videos, and then make sure to come on back in the future because there will be plenty more Dialed In DIY to come.